Do you ever feel alone, stressed, overwhelmed, unsupported? All right. Well, you've come to the right place. In today's video, I want to talk about the mental load of motherhood. What is it? How can we make it better? And how can we deal with it moving forward? If that sounds like something that you're interested in, I hope you stick around and join me in today's video as we discuss some ways that we can deal with the mental load of motherhood. Hey y'all, what is up and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. I'm Jenna. I am a licensed marriage and family therapist, a full-time working mama of two beautiful little girls with one currently on the way. Talking about mental health, motherhood, lifestyle. If that sounds like something that you're interested in, then I would love to have you stick around, subscribe to this channel, like this video, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video in the future. So some of you might be wondering, what is the mental load of motherhood? So when I'm talking about the mental load of motherhood, I'm talking about the organizing, the fixing, the reminding, the planning, all these things that are going on inside of our head that maybe other people aren't even aware of. The invisible list that we're constantly organizing in our minds. All of the tasks, all of the chores, all the things that we need to get done that day, the next day, within the next week, over the next month. All of these things that we're planning that other people don't even know that we're thinking about. So it's invisible to everyone else. It's all these invisible chores and all of these thoughts that we're experiencing, the household management that can start to really wear on you. So that's what I'm referring to when I'm talking about the mental load of motherhood. So aside from our 9-to-5 jobs, aside from all of our expectations that we have, this is something that we're constantly thinking about. Organizing the household, planning for our family, trying to fix problems, solve problems. All of these things add up and make up the mental load of motherhood. So in today's video, I kind of want to talk about some tips or some ways that we can improve the mental load of motherhood to help decrease it, to help decrease our stress, to make us not feel so overwhelmed or feel alone. I think this is something a lot of women experience, and it's something that we don't typically talk about a lot. We kind of internalize and we just try to keep pushing forward. We know that we have expectations and we want to be able to meet all of those expectations. And we don't want to seem like a complainer or, just complaining about daily life, complaining about our children, all of the things that come along with that. But it's something that a lot of women experience, and it can feel isolating because we don't talk about it. We don't verbalize it. And so I think even being able to put a name to the experience is something that can be liberating, right? So just being able to put a label on it and say, it's the mental load of motherhood. That's what I'm experiencing. Tons of other women experience the same exact thing. What can we do? How can we combat this? How can we combat the mental load of motherhood? How can we improve it or make it better, make it more manageable for ourselves? In today's video, I want to talk about 7 ways that we can combat and work on addressing the mental load of motherhood. So let's jump right into it. All right, number 1, talk to your partner. Communication is key. So bring this up at an appropriate time. Maybe not the best time when there's a lot going on or it's hectic and you're not able to kind of have one-on-one communication. So find an appropriate time to talk to your partner and communicate some of your stress or your frustrations so that they're aware. Avoid blame. That is going to be key. You don't want to be blaming, but you want to offer solutions and offer them the opportunity to offer solutions as well. So number 1, talk to your partner. Communication. Number 2, delegate the load. So offer some of these tasks over and give them the responsibility to your partner. So pass on some of that mental load to your partner. Don't give in if a job doesn't get done. If it's not going to be harmful or hurtful to anyone, don't give in if a job doesn't get done. Leave that responsibility to your partner. It won't hurt for them to experience the consequences if they don't follow through with one of the expectations that they've kind of been delegated. Now I want to jump into some of the more practical tips. So number 3, declutter your home. Simplicity and minimalism are going to help make your life not feel so overwhelming. So maybe if we can simplify and declutter so that we don't feel so overwhelmed, that will be helpful. Number 4, write a to-do list. So prioritize your tasks. Put the most important to the least important, something that can, be done when you get around to it. But also post that list so that everyone in the household can see it. So then it goes from your mental load, the invisible thought, to being on a place where everybody can access it, everyone can see it. So that means that they can help you out. They can help cross off some of the things from the to-do list. Number 5, and this is essential, and this is something even myself struggles with, but it is something that is extremely important, and I will say it a million times. Make time for self-care. Do what makes you happy. Find something, at least 10 to 15 minutes a day, if not more, that is something that is just for you, something that makes you happy, something that helps you de-stress, decompress, just to improve your overall just emotional well-being, mental health. We have to engage in these self-care moments to keep us going, to keep us motivated, and to help us de-stress. A lot of times we can feel selfish. We can feel like we're taking that time, but 10 to 15 minutes a day, honestly, in 24-hour period is not even a lot. So at minimum, try to do something that brings you joy, that fills your cup, that fills your soul for at least 10 to 15 minutes a day. Number 6, get your kids involved. Typically kids enjoy being helpful, so they enjoy kind of being given tasks or asked to do things, and then when you validate them and tell them what a great job they did, it fills their cup up and fills them with joy, especially some of the younger ones. I know my 4-year-old loves when I compliment her, and she loves to be helpful, so try and delegate some of the smaller tasks that they can accomplish. And that can be helpful in just reducing some of the things that you need to do, taking some of the things off of your plate. And it's also teaching them, they're learning how to take care of these things for in the future. So it's a win-win situation. And lastly, number 7, I think is more important for moving forward in the future, right? So how can we kind of decrease the mental load of motherhood moving forward? How can we make it better for future generations? And one of the things that we can do as moms, as parents right now is to avoid gender stereotypes around our children. So if we have boys, we're not putting this mindset in their mind that they aren't responsible for household tasks. That's not really a boy thing, right? So we want to avoid those gender stereotypes, or maybe telling, your little girl that this is something that she's supposed to do because she's a girl. These are things that are expected of her because she's a girl. So moving forward and to improve and decrease that mental load of motherhood for women moving forward in the future, this is something that can help to combat that, right? So if we're not showing our children and telling them that there's these specific roles that they have to stick to and that they're responsible for just based on their gender, then we can help improve this moving forward, right? So we can teach them new ways that men, women, boys, girls, they can do all of the same things. There's not one set way to do it. There's not these gender stereotypes that were established years and years ago that have to continue, right? We can find new ways to function in our households, in the world. We are equals, correct? So being able to talk to your kids about gender stereotypes and just show them that men, women, girls, boys, they can all do the same things. They're not limited based on their gender, what roles they can and can't do, or should or shouldn't be expected to complete. So that is something that we can do, like I said, as moms now, moving forward to hopefully help decrease the mental load of motherhood in the future. I really hope that this video was helpful and that these 7 tips can be utilized in your daily life to help improve and reduce that mental load of motherhood that you might be experiencing. So I hope that all my mamas out there found this really beneficial and can start today applying some of these things to help decrease that load. And to my fellow clinicians, maybe this is something that you've had clients coming in talking about, but you haven't been able to put a name to that experience. The mental load of motherhood is something that a lot of people are experiencing, a lot of women are experiencing, and it's something that we don't necessarily talk about very often. So being able to apply some of these tips, like I mentioned in the video, or offer those up to your clients as potential ways that they can help decrease that mental load of motherhood, decrease stress, and not feel so isolated. I hope that you were able to find these 7 tips useful in combating the mental load of motherhood and that you'll be able to apply these into your daily life. Thank y'all so much for joining me in today's video. I appreciate you sticking around, listening to these tips and tricks, and I hope that you can find them helpful to apply into your daily life to help decrease the mental load of motherhood. I hope that you tune in for the next video. I look forward to seeing you all on the next one. Until then, I hope you stay well, and I will talk with you soon. Bye.